Hey world, it's your girl Ashley Janae, and welcome to Club Rich. We on episode 2.5. Sorry that I missed out on you guys last week. My family caught COVID, so I was playing nurse. So, anyways, thank you guys for popping in. I definitely appreciate it. So, we decided to switch up things tonight, and we're doing a hot topic slash questions and answer episode. So, I'm very excited about that. But before we get into that, what are you guys drinking tonight? I didn't have time to get any drinks and get a drink of the night or cocktail of the night like I usually do. So we just doing this Everfresh cranberry strawberry. But put it in the chat, everybody. What are you drinking tonight? It could be, it could be a mocktail, but snacks, whatever. What you guys got going on? So, anyways, as I instructed on my Facebook, I did have a question and answer segment that I wanted to kind of include and test out on here. And boy, did y'all come through with the questions. So I narrowed it down to three. So we're gonna go ahead and get it in. You ready, Mickey? Because it's gonna be some bull.
Most likely.
So this actually came from a viewer, and they're going to remain anonymous. But they had three questions, and I'm gonna answer them to the best of my ability because we're not gonna change the setting to rated R. We're gonna keep it at PG-13. So the first question that we got is have you been on any more dates since your episode with Winters? Shout out to Winters. She was on 2 weeks ago, and we were talking about dating, and she made some suggestions, and her suggestion was buying a rose. No, I have not bought a rose. We're going to stop that right there. I have not bought a rose yet. Have I been on any more dates? No, I have not. My inbox has been pretty crazy since that episode with Winters. Thank you guys, but I've been kind of keeping it low key with the dating. And let me see. What's the last question? What is your dating preference? So okay, y'all. I have since 2 weeks ago, I have unlocked my better self, as they call it. So I have kind of stretched out the dating range. So I was kind of going for like the mid 30s to like early 40s, but I kind of stretched it down a little bit, and I did like late 40s. So I have not went on a date yet, but I have talked to a couple people that are in their 40s, and I think I kind of like it over there, Mickey. Mickey kind of suggested it a while ago to get with the older crowd, but I'm just now trying it out, and it's okay so far. So we gonna see how that goes. All right, we're gonna give an update. Don't be laughing at me. We're gonna give it an update, y'all.
If that's how you gonna put it out there, go ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna do an update. So let's get to these hot topics, and I need everybody to start getting in the question section. And if you got some more Q&As to throw in, we're gonna look at them, a little bit in between during the show. Any questions you've seen so far? No. And check in, y'all. Y'all ain't. Hey, Winters. Yeah, y'all check in. Say hey. Your drink of choice for the night. What's your plans for the weekend too? But let's get to these hot topics. All right, so Sunday that just passed, Super Bowl Sunday. Rihanna was the halftime performer, and she surprised us because she brought a +1 on the stage, which was she's pregnant again. And so, other than people criticizing the whole performance as a whole, they criticize the fact that she is indeed pregnant a second time without a ring. So put y'all little comments about that in the chat. Me personally, different strokes for different folks. Everybody is not, into the marriage thing, and that's fine. And there's some people that are. She's a billionaire, so if she had 12 kids and never got married, she could take care of them. They'll be well off. They might be in a very happy environment. So yeah, no judgment on my end. But you guys put your comments in the chat below. Any comments yet, Mickey? Because I'm not watching myself. No, not yet. Oh, y'all boring tonight. All right, next on the list. Um, Chloe, the performer, singer, young lady with the dreads. She revealed that she has a new song and video combo coming out with Chris Brown. A lot of people put their opinions on the situation regarding that, stemming back to his 2007 assault case with Rihanna when they got into a fight during the Grammy weekend. Y'all put y'all opinions in the chat. Do people deserve a second chance? I mean, that's pretty old, don't you think, Mickey?
Well, yeah, it was years ago, but with the new shit, you get in trouble for what you did 30 years ago now.
Yeah.
I mean, it ain't really. It depends on who you. Hey, AD.
AD in the building. I feel like he's expressed a lot of remorse. There's a lot of people that do things.
He was young when he did it.
Yeah, and it doesn't excuse it, so we don't condone
No,
violence of any.
No, you don't condone what I'm just saying. If you did something when you was younger,
You should get another shot with it, right?
I mean, that's what they say.
Another shot. Yeah, I'm kind of half and half with it. Sometimes I don't think that he's as remorseful as he says he is, but I do think that he deserves another shot. There's people. Perfect example, Elvis. Elvis' wife was what 13, 14 when they got together, and he was well into his 20s, 30s, whatever. And it's like everybody glamorizes the stuff that other people do, but when it's someone that looks like us, it's a problem.
That's about sums it up.
So yeah, I think that he does. He does deserve a second chance. He definitely does.
What's up, Trill?
Trill, what are you talking about?
Nothing, just watching.
Well, thank you guys for popping in. I definitely appreciate it. So, in other hot topics, according to Baller Alert, Tyler Perry donated $2.75 million to 300 low-income seniors that were around the area where he has his studio, so they won't have to move and it save their houses or whatever. Because I guess they're trying to expand or whatever the case may be. What you think about that, Mickey? Y'all put y'all comments in the chat.
Question for you too.
Question?
Go back. It says Cecilia Williams said a person should have grown since then. So let's be optimistic.
That's definitely right. She's talking about Chris Brown from Tanner to Chris Brown. Yeah, people are given the opportunity. Well, they should be given the opportunity to grow and prove them, themselves different or whatever. It's people that never learned their lesson about stuff, and I feel like he has since then. But I think with that situation, he was put under a microscope. So anything that he did after the fact, he was going to get criticized about it regardless. So say he just cut someone out for them doing something to him, he's going to automatically look like the bad guy because he's already been put in that light to begin with.
But then too, it's easy. I see what our people is like. It's easy to go ahead and say, like, it's easy to jump on us because you won't see them saying nothing about. I'll give you an example. Dana White, the president of the UFC. Remember, he just punched his wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got into it. Have you heard about that since then?
No, not
they
that I
didn't
know
get the
of.
airplay like if I did something, you know what I'm saying? So it's going it just come out there, and I guess her down and Chris gonna make her saying, you know what I'm saying? And look, right now they feel like he's in he in the news, right? You hear a lot of his music. So he doing things. So they still holding that against him. That's like saying a person go to jail. If you paid your debts to society, you should be able to come out and get a job, but they'll hold that on you that you still went to jail
for years, and a lot of the times you can't even get that taken off your record unless they have some loopholes where you can go get an expungement or whatever the case may be. But a lot of the times that don't happen, depending on how violent the situation is. Oh.
Well,
Mm.
that's enough on CV. Now, what about the Tyler Perry?
Okay, so he donated to the area that is surrounding his studio, his recording studio.
Right.
So I guess that was an effort to stop them from starting construction and demolishing the low income apartments and all that stuff that's in that area. So
Right.
I just wanted to commend him for that because it seemed like it was another celebrity that had the same situation happen, and they was just like, nah, just tear them down, move them away. And have you ever been to that studio? Have you ever seen it?
No, the one down in Atlanta.
I actually snuck in there
You did.
when he didn't have a grand opening just yet. He had a security guard. It was an older black lady.
Right.
And we had pulled up and we was like, can we go in? And obviously we were not supposed to be in there. But she was like, as long as you just go take pictures and come back out. And we like, okay. So we was in there. We went all over the place. It's so much land. So much land. I forgot how many acres it is, but it's a lot of land.
And you know what? I can't say nothing, but that brother is doing that brother that brother doing a hell of a lot. You know what I'm saying? He can one I can say because he built his own Hollywood.
Yeah, and I remember being a teenager and him doing plays at the Fox Theater, all that stuff. They was at that time they was very, very low budget. And I'm talking about this is like '03, '04, something like that. And I'm just like, wow, he came a long way, a long way. And even back then, you could tell people believed in him because the play that I went to, it was sold out. See how long ago that was?
That's how I got hip to him. I used to remember the DVDs.
Yep.
See, that's what
all over the
and
place.
I was like, I remember my sister, them, my auntie, them would be watching it, and I was like, I didn't want to see no, I didn't really.
Yeah, you ain't get into it.
On it, I was like, nah, I can't watch that. It was a man playing a granny. Then when I actually sat down and peeped it, I said, damn, that, you know what I'm saying?
It's always a message.
Yeah, and that's what it was, plus he's a very religious man anyway, so. But I like what he's doing because when we be talking about building our own, then nobody think, I ain't gonna say they never thought about it, they probably thought it couldn't be done.
Mm-hmm.
He made it a reality.
He definitely did, and then I just kind of I hate that he got so much backlash about portraying a character because shoot, you got the folks like Martin that it was Shanae and all kind of other folks. So it's like,
right.
What's the problem? Anyways, shouts out to him. I just thought that was commendable. So, in other news, I hate talking about this, but man, it is what it is. So earlier this week, 43-year-old Anthony McRae, I think that's how you say his name, went up to Michigan State and performed a mass shooting and killed 3 young kids. I call them kids, but 19. That's kids.
I'm still baby.
And then turned the gun on himself. Y'all put your comments in the chats. What do you think should be done about these universities? Because it seems like it's more of a school and university thing. Yeah, sure, they go in grocery stores and do stuff like this, but it seems like it's more of a school issue. Like, do you think that we need metal detectors and stuff in all schools?
Or is it a culture issue? Has American culture got to this, let's say, because look at violence. I think America has got to and I say all America, not just here, because we see this happening over everywhere. You had it in Virginia. I just think we living in a violent culture era where you see video games, but you see most of them killing. You know what I'm saying? The guys shoot up. I just think America, our culture is such a violent culture that things like this can happen. Then you gotta look, man. You got people on these drugs, like these pills. That's when they give people pills that's for who ain't got it all together. Then you got people
head going crazy.
Yeah, and then it's
Mm-hmm.
okay. AD said, you see AD?
No, I can't
80,
see
I'll read
myself.
it for you. AD said, we had it out Southwestern when they search you for a phone, so why not if the problem is people coming through with guns?
Oh yeah, I remember having a cell phone in school and hiding it in my jacket. Sometimes they catch it, sometimes they would, but that was their biggest search item that they were looking for back then with cell phones. And I'm like, if y'all that more concerned about a cell phone than a gun, that's the problem right there. Y'all more concerned about a person being on a cell phone at a school versus somebody bringing in a gun and stuff. I remember this the crazy thing. I remember at my store that I used to work at when I was a teenager, we used to have to cut down boxes and stuff at night, and so they can put them in the trash and all that kind of stuff. And I remember one day I had went to work directly after school, and the razor blade or box cutter or whatever that I had, I put it in my book bag because I had my book bag when I went to work and forgot to take it out of my book bag. And then I got through security for like 2 or 3 days with that razor blade still in my book bag.
But so is it a lack at a school not checking the security?
Those security guards at Northern, shout out to y'all, but y'all sucked. Y'all wasn't doing
So
y'all
how
job.
you feel about the school board now just turning down the see-through backpacks for the kids at school yesterday?
It's like and then I get it, but then it's kind of like the first thing I thought of, which was weird, was the privacy of like people like young ladies that are having their menstruals, all that kind of stuff, and they have to bring certain items and stuff to school and carry it with them, during the day and stuff. Do you think they want that type of stuff being exposed in class? You can see if they got to change their clothes just in case or whatever the case may be. I think that's embarrassing to the people that aren't doing anything. But on the flip side, hell, it seems like it's getting to the point where that might be a necessity. Just my opinion. I know y'all probably won't.
No, I was just asking
Won't agree with it.
because it's safety. Because you looking at because now you having these problems with guns are coming into the schools.
Mm-hmm.
They not reporting that the school is not to the parents, and we having to get it via through the streets, then through us, and then we put it out there. You know what I'm saying? So
Who said something?
nah, nobody said that.
Oh.
I just got a hit that I got shared. Yeah.
Oh.
So it's just I'm just thinking about it, just looking at it from a whole like you want safety, but you don't want to see the teachers armed. I'm looking how they want to say arm the teachers. Then what?
Cause shoot, if somebody crazy enough, they might take the gun away from the teacher. And
the teacher been and popped the student.
yeah, and then it wasn't necessary. It was just they thought that that's what they needed to. You know what I'm saying?
And he said put that junk in one of them makeup bags.
Oh, your personals.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
And then the fact that you even had to go through all that's some bull crap too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but it got to this point now where you wish you can trust kids, teenagers, but they still kids.
Yeah,
they mind. Because the way I was, you know what I'm saying? I mean, our culture at that time, you had some people who brought snuck guns in the school, but it wasn't, you ain't have where they come in to shoot up the schools. And I feel you, AD. She said, I mean, yeah, but I'd rather be safe. I get it.
Yeah.
Like safety, because you, as a parent, you got kids, you don't want to send your kid to school and find out your kid was learn, something happened. And I just hate the politics of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know
I was telling my parents the other night, I was like, I don't even want my kids to go to college. I don't want them to go off to college. I might change my mind later on down the line, but hey, if y'all want to go to my community college, go online, that's cool. Y'all can stay home until y'all get y'all stuff together and move out. But I'm not that parent that's going to be like, all right, you're 18 now. It's time to go.
Because times is different. I understand that, like, as you get older, because I'm a parent now, like, times is different when you looking like it's really crazy out here. Just look at it from what a kid go through. I ain't saying they didn't have drugs when I came up, different things, but
Everything is so accessible now.
but who sell a pill like that fentanyl? You take a. I've never seen people who want to kill their customers. Like you selling him something that it can he'll be dead. How is that making you money? It's like the drugs that they like that you can take that will kill you.
I
You know what
remember
I'm saying?
I remember working in the hospital, and it had gotten to the point where people in the inside were stealing all that stuff,
Yeah.
pills and stuff. I used to have to call someone to bring fentanyl and all that kind of stuff. Just all them crazy pills. They had to bring them to whatever procedure that it was for. When it used to be a certain point when a nurse could go in the supply room, type in whatever code they need, take it out and go do whatever they need to do. It got to the point the nurses can't even be trusted. So it's like a special person that's designated to give whatever's needed for that patient.
Well, answer this question for me, because you know, what made it? Because I remember my day, you didn't want everybody. We didn't want everybody to know what we was doing. You know what I'm saying? It's like now you see. I ain't gonna say it just started with the youngest now, but maybe your generation where they wanted everybody to know what they was doing. It's like this person, if he tooting cocaine or he tooting I want to do it. It's like everybody want everybody to know what they doing. It's like ain't no drugs off limit.
I don't even know. I don't even know. It like you said, when people doing cocaine and all that kind of stuff now, like it's there. Like I got a homeboy right now. He told me he go to parties.
Yeah.
And that's what you're doing.
No, but
I'm like,
saying,
what?
But,
in the open.
But see, that's what I'm saying. It was a time where it was like.
What?
Winter said, let's talk about these old ass women getting these BBLs.
Girl, if you don't get up off the damn BBL. Wait, who old getting them?
Yeah,
What's who old and getting them?
Just explain that. What you mean, women? Give us the age range. What you saying? You said a lot of these women that's out here now.
They shouldn't be doing that though, because look what happened to Kanye mom. She tried to do the most, get her boobs done, lifts, all that kind of stuff, and she gone now. And she was an older lady trying to do this stuff, and her.
That's what I want to say. Cause I don't even speak for a man, so I want to know. Dude, like, what make women want to go get a butt lift or go get their butt did or.
You talking to the wrong person, because the stuff that folks trying to buy, my mama gave it to me, so I wouldn't be able to tell you that.
Okay.
No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing with her. I think it's a self-esteem issue, though. Okay. It's definitely a self-esteem issue, and then when you see other people around that have them, because now you got girls in Flint walking around with $10,000 worth of work done on them. Teeth might be raggedy, but they body done. Baby, I done paid some bread for my teeth. I'm still paying on them as we speak. I'd rather have me a good smile than all that stuff that if I had kids or just overeat over the years, that stuff won't look crazy. Yeah. Like if you get that done, you have to maintain that. You have to live a certain lifestyle. Like you can't just say, okay, I went and got liposuction and this, that, and the other, but I'm about to go and eat Popeyes 5 days in a row. Like, no, your life has to be completely different in order to maintain that, but most people don't do that.
I got a couple questions in here.
Oh,
I don't know
Lord.
if I want to take this one from Auntie Winters Hard, Miss Auntie. She said, do y'all want names or ages? I will go with the ages, Winters, than the names because...
Do not put no names. No, I don't want to get canceled.
We'll just go with the age.
Do an age range,
just
please.
And Tony said...
Tony, you better not ask nothing crazy.
He said, shit, Sis Odell got one. And she looks like Lil' Kim. I'm trying... Yeah, some of these... Oh, my auntie will say, no, Winters, no names. He said, look at Bernice Burgess. You right about that. She did.
She got stuff done when she was a little bit younger. She in her 40s, I believe now. No, she's not. I think she might be in her late 30s. Maybe, well, she might be in her early 40s, but that's so unnecessary.
I mean,
She said, really, on the Breakfast Club, she said that her self esteem was kind of in, and she got all that stuff done. I guess.
yeah,
I guess.
yeah.
Like, I'm so afraid of surgeries in general. Like, I had 2 C-sections for my kids,
Right.
and I was terrified, knowing I wasn't gonna feel anything. I was awake the whole time, terrified. Like, I don't like none of that stuff.
Right.
So for somebody to voluntarily go and do all that stuff, and then when people get their butt and stuff done, you can't sit down. You gotta lay on your stomach for a long time. I ain't got time for all that. Nope. So that's a little too much for my taste. Yeah, y'all got some more questions that ain't got nothing to do with booties.
No, she said went to sit Madonna mad because y'all don't like. Nah, some of this.
No, she put a pillowcase in her stuff.
Like, some of it's getting crazy. Like, some of the surgery that these people getting, even with the plastic surgery to the face, I'll be like, damn, her face tight. She don't see how
Like
terrible she look. Yeah, it's like, oh my god. No, I mean, Lala did some help, but the face is still wearing them ages with it. What's now?
Oh my god. All right, where was my last question? I done went past and messing with y'all. Okay, y'all, in the chat, going back to Super Bowl. What was your favorite ever Super Bowl halftime performance? I gotta think about mine because it might just be Beyonce for me. It might be Beyonce for me. Anybody in the chat answer?
Nothing, AD. I was talking about the wrong one. I was looking at Vivica A. Fox. She had that surgery did to her face.
Yeah, she like a little cat.
Yeah, her little Kim.
She like she about to purr.
Yeah. She looked like some out of Star Wars series.
Yeah, she looks a hot fool. What's your favorite halftime performance? Because you've been around a couple more years than I have.
Damn. Damn. To be honest with you, and I'm trying to be honest with you, man. The only one that I probably think I really didn't pay no attention to him, to be honest with you. To the Super Bowl, I never really paid no attention to the halftime performances.
Unfortunately, the very first one that I actually cared about was the Janet Jackson one. I remember it. It might have been my freshman year, something like that. And I'm on the phone with my friend.
Oh, you talk about with the
yes.
What was the fun?
Malfunction.
The costume malfunction.
That wasn't no doggone malfunction because she had a whole little ring, all that. She came prepared for the occasion.
That was a costume malfunction.
Lies.
Okay, well, it is your show.
Lies, and more lies. The lies.
You know, he said, yeah, Janet was dope.
It was. I started screaming. I was on the phone. I started screaming on the phone, and then I heard my daddy down the hall screaming.
He will said the commercial. Now I ain't gonna lie, the commercials was the weakest this year. Commercials.
Yeah, like I didn't care for the commercials too much. They ain't really do, how they usually do all the extra stuff.
This one was weak. Now the code is okay. What he said. Okay, Tony said I like to see New Edition do one. It seemed to me like Jay-Z didn't take over. Don't get me wrong. That last year one with 50 Cent, Dr. Dre, that was some bullshit. That was like the wackest one to me.
What?
Fuck you. Excuse my French. Yes, that was. I think.
How? Well, I liked it.
I thought that was the worstest one.
Now why? You got to explain this. You got to explain
I'll give you why. And it's just me opening up my third eye every blue moon. You know what? Every blue moon, I think above my special education. And I blame that on the Flint school system. I didn't say, well, you married Jay, you said 80, that's one person. I'm telling you, what I mean by I thought it was BS was that, like, to me, it was like they was promoting, like California was just like the blacks was gangbanging.
With the crew walking
That
dances.
shit threw me off. It was like,
But okay, other than that though, I liked
the stereotype. I'm just saying it was like, to me. I mean, like I said, once I get above my special education status, I thought really to me it was like how they did it. I ain't saying like far as the people. It was just like they put gang banging on the world stage. Like I know blacks, but created it. But I think what a lot of people didn't understand where it originally started from and to where it's at. Now, hold up. Let me deal with this question.
Wait, hold on. I'm scared. Go ahead.
Let me deal with this 80s and winters. Don't y'all dare talk about the Pied Piper. We're going to talk about
Wait, we're going to put Kels?
Kels
No.
my guy, because a lot of y'all was probably made through Kels music, but that's another topic. But now to go back to what I was saying, I just thought about, because it was like the gang banging, like how you see like it's going around. I ain't gonna lie, in our time when, you know what I'm saying, I thought I was confused, but I wasn't deep like that. But I'm just saying, you know, because this was
it was more concealed back then a little bit.
It was like what you was born into your neighborhood.
Yeah.
But it's like now how they like the killing and because I go back and be watching it because I go watch the the old what's his name Kev Mack videos if y'all want to know about LA gangbanging.
Okay.
And when you go back and watch it, and when they go tell what they started from, they didn't start it for what it is now. Even I'm talking about the elders, the ones who in their 70s who started this messed up shit. They started it because they had to protect their neighborhoods.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with what it is now.
Right. It was like it got took over from where to where it's at now. So we can see like why our neighborhoods are so messed up. You know what I'm saying? It's like to me it's like they were glorifying that. Not I didn't care if they could have just did their regular shows, but
yeah, you looked into it a little bit too much.
I did. I said I overplayed.
It was just entertainment. And my thing of it is, okay, you say that it glorified whatever, but I kind of seen it more as stuff was getting exposed to the masses that, that don't get seen every day. Like if you paid attention to, they was talking on something on YouTube, like the restaurants and stuff that they had that was built into the stage that they was performing in. Those was popular restaurants that's in, Cali or whatever, different parts of Cali.
But then I took that as a look at that was a dish to Suge. You had Tam's restaurant on there. That's what the infamous Suge Knight. Yeah. Like to me, it was a dish back to Suge. You know what I'm saying?
Oh well.
Snoop. I mean, maybe I read too much into it, but
I seen that on somebody was talking about that on something. I was like, oh. Okay.
And I had to look. I was like, damn, yeah, that was a dish because he get a bad rap. I honestly believe he get a bad rap.
He did some bull crap in his day too,
he did bull crap that they told us he did. Look who telling us what they did. And look at Jimmy Iovine. We'll look at Jimmy Iovine and say, oh, he this good. 50 Cent before he left said he was a scoundrel when he had to do an audit. You know what I'm saying? That's like with them Dre beats. They keep us around because we are there. Jimmy Iovine ain't got no talent. He don't make no beats. But he rich.
Thing of it is, though, if you really want to be honest, behind every successful black entrepreneur, whatever the case may be, they started with some Caucasian person that gave them a chance and kind of ushered them into better settings. So, I mean, he was one of them. It's a lot of them that, we had to kiss a little butt to get where you needed to go.
But that's my thing. Tony said I was in South Central LA for years. Yeah. Definitely it's a different lifestyle. It's just to me it's like because I'll be watching a lot of the OGs who be talking about when they talk about the gang. I'll be watching a lot of Kid Mac stuff just to see what's going on. The OGs, they a lot of them who I feel that's woke up. They not happy like how this thing then turned out.
Definitely. gangs was created to help the neighborhoods, like you said,
Yeah,
not to destroy them. But that's where it kind
yeah,
of veered off to.
yeah. If this was not now they got out of control and they trying to. It's kind of hard trying to put a. You know what I'm saying? Like when they create a fire, they say you want to catch it early for a spread.
It's done for.
Yeah, so it's like it is what it is. I just think it wasn't a good look to me. They could have did it a lot of other ways. When I'm saying when you see kids, because remember,
A lot of kids watch
art
that.
imitates life.
Yeah. I get you. I get you. You know what? I didn't look into that like that. I just was kind of like, dang, I'm reliving my teenage years with all these 50 Cent. This big. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
I feel you on that. That's what I'm saying. That's when you're eating good. That's how you can tell when a person getting
Man,
hungry
look,
and gain that weight.
I know he didn't turn pink hanging over that ledge like that.
Yeah, that's
Because
what
he said they had him hanging upside down to a certain level for about 10 minutes before he actually dropped down. I'm like, oh hell.
But that's what I'm saying. They was trying to recreate
the video.
That video.
Yeah.
That.
It was 100 pounds missing when he first.
That's what I'm saying. So like,
we know all the 8 stuff. No, but you know what? He's kind of cocky too. So.
Yeah. But see,
he's been working on his fitness and stuff.
Right. But I like the moves he making. As far as the different shows he got going on. I be wondering like why we don't have more like Tyler Perry's, more, you know what I'm saying, like Dame Dash's. But Dame Dash get a bad rap. And that's my guy.
I wonder why. Because my thing of it is I kind of like his way of thinking to a certain degree. Like he says what he want to say. He says how he feels, and that kind of gets misconstrued with a lot of people. That if you're outspoken, then you just ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Being outspoken don't necessarily mean that. Sometimes, like I have to realize too. Sometimes you can't say what you want to say in every setting, and that's kind of like how he is. He'll go anywhere and say whatever it is that he want to say, and sometimes it don't be the right time or the right place.
And that's how, that's how to be honest with you, me, I would have probably, like, say, if I was around Jay and Dame, I want to tell you how my mind would have went. I probably would have went with Dame over Jay.
Back then, yeah, because it looked like it was a better move.
I mean, me seeing the play now, we can go back then, I still think I would have went with Dame over Jay. It's just I like the way how Dame do stuff. Like you want to build your own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Owning your own.
But it's gonna just take longer.
And I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
As long as you cool with it, then you know what you're doing with it. Who in the comments? You reading these long posts?
Yeah, but Tony, yeah. No, I got family to stay out there. Brother Tony, I got cousins to stay out there. I've been more in the Bay Area.
I've never been.
Yeah, I've been in the Bay Area. I got family to stay in the
family that stayed in Bakersfield. That's about it. But I've never really been out there. So
yeah, my cousin staying in San Jose, and what was crazy, he was blood, but they was gang banging out there, and I ain't been back out there like since '06. But I remember I was out there.
Catch me out there
because I was always saying, "Cause there was blood." I'm like, man, it was crazy.
Nope.
But I had at the time while I was out there, I had fun. I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't hanging around none of that. Don't know what to wear. I'll be wearing white the whole time. They're like,
you will. It will have you on there, but it's crazy though. Like I get what he's saying like that. I understand why people gang bang.
It's a community.
Like you have to. If you could come off that porch, you gonna gang bang. You can say you not. You know what I'm saying? You gonna. But what I will say is when I was out there, like my cousin he raps, so we'll be up in there. When we was in that studio, you would see Bloods and Crips. It wasn't a bunch of them, but you would see they would be the ones who was doing music. I was able to see that back in '06. You know what I'm saying? Like how you seeing them kind of doing something.
They trying to unite and stuff now.
I got to see that. Yeah, see, I was like I said, I was in San Jose and they was getting it in. I was like, damn, you wouldn't have thought. San San Jose, they'd be
Mexicans.
and it was blacks.
The Mexicans, low key, are the ones to look out for.
Yeah, no, they were. But you know what I was running into? I was there a lot of Asians in San Jose. It was a lot of Asians that we was running into.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of Asians.
Mm.
Yeah. They had all, you know what I'm saying? they was.
So wait, they was involved too?
And what? No, they was gang banging, but they was beyond. They was the weed people.
Oh,
We
okay.
wanted all the different exotics. That's what we was when we be going to the studio. You'll be saying, hitting
I was about to say, I know they wouldn't do.
yeah, no, they was, you know, but they was shit. She got a lot of foreigners. See, like I think here we get because it ain't, you know,
We got a lot. Honestly, it's a lot of foreigners.
probably now, but you had the five foreigners we had was Mexican. You had the East Side.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably like it, but like you ain't have too many China. I mean, you know, not to say you know, as far as you know, Asian people here.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you go there, they got their own sections. It's like you got it. It's just.
I'm telling you, I was telling somebody last time I went to Chicago, and where else did I go last year? And it was ridiculous. Somewhere in Texas. Was it Nashville? Anyways, like the Arabians and all that stuff. Man, it's rapid, and I'm just like, what would make them want to go to Chicago? But shoot, they taking over.
I'm telling you, shit. I'll be honest. I don't know if it was gangs. I don't know. I think it was more like your neighborhood. It was more cliques.
Clicks.
Yeah, you know, you had your neighborhoods. You had more. It was more like neighborhoods. People had a, you know, you had your blue and your red. But I think it was, like I said, but you said movies, because colors. And whenever them little gangbangers was coming in town, man, was doing some things here. It was just, you know, I think it was more hood type things.
You are wherever it is that you stay. Yeah.
You know, with your section representing.
I get it. Then you go down the street, it's something different.
Yeah, no, you know, Shelby Hill was all red. Like, you know, the terrace was all red. You know, over in this area was blue, but you know what I'm saying? You had your spots. Like, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I think when young kids didn't understand, like when them kids, when you look at the lives that was lost kids and get to make it, even now you say the kids, they make it, but they done a lot earlier, not like 15, 14, 16, killed. Back then you had 17, 18, but it was like, I don't think people, they didn't really understand what it was. Because we don't own none of these neighborhoods, none of these streets.
No, nothing around here.
Grandmama or mama had to move, you had to go whatever neighborhood, the new spot they lived in, you know.
It's just sad. It's really sad. And like you said, they younger and younger and younger. I know I'm gonna have a tight rein on mine because people just let their kids just live, and I'm like, honey, when you 12 or 13, what is you doing out and about all the time? Like, you need to be at the crib, at school. Like, I don't get it, but you know, different strokes for different folks, like they say.
Yeah.
Let's change the subject because look, we didn't got into it. All right, so I like this idea. So a New Jersey Italian restaurant has place a ban for children under 10. It's an Italian restaurant. I like the idea to a certain degree. If it's like a family setting restaurant, then okay, cool. But when it's like the little fancy smancy restaurants that you pay $500 and stuff for, I don't think kids should be there. What you think? Because I be wanting to sip my wine and mellow out. Like I don't went to a restaurant. I ain't gonna tell y'all how much I paid because y'all gonna cuss me out. But it was a baby in there crying. I was pissed. I had my little Gucci outfit on. I thought I was cute. And I'm sipping my little bottle of wine and all that kind of stuff. And somebody, little baby, was crying in the restaurant. And you know, it's like one of them settings where you kind of whisper to whoever you talking to. You ain't just, hey, da, da, da. You know, it's a real chill, dim light setting. And it was a little tiny baby in there crying. So I kind of like the idea.
I mean, if it's up, yeah. Listen, I ain't gonna lie, and I'm gonna keep it. Personally, if it's like a club where we drinking and thing, I feel like kids shouldn't be in there.
Shouldn't.
You know, if it's on that, I ain't gonna say Winters fuck the kids. FTK. I'm not with that, but I do feel like some spots it should be for adults only. It shouldn't be for kids if you having that type of spot. Because you know, with drinking coming on.
Like I said, my buzz almost got destroyed. Listen to that little kid.
Yeah, I can understand. But like I just said, I get it. But I don't see nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? And you know they selling all alcohol because kids shouldn't see that. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't want my kids around that stuff anyways. Just like you know how you have your little grown folks party. Yeah. Y'all go downstairs, go in your room, go somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That I could agree with that.
Because I know when my folks used to have company, I already knew what the deal was. You got to go. Nowadays, you had company and the kids be all up in y'all face. I'm like, y'all got to go. Y'all got to go downstairs, go outside, go upstairs, go somewhere.
Because what they see, they're doing, they get over.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you do post them, but now you got them there do anything in front of them.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we got our last hot topic of the night
that we're
going to close out with.
Tell me what it is.
Okay, so Emmett Till's cousin filed a lawsuit to finally have his accuser, Carolyn Bryant, to get served with an arrest warrant. Guess how old this doggone warrant is, y'all?
Older than me.
This warrant is from 1955.
Nah, ain't that? You say 1955.
55. I didn't know that the Emmett Till situation was that old. Why I felt like it happened in the 60s, but no, it said 1955.
Ain't that terrible?
And they said last year the warrant was found inside of a courthouse basement. And so they said because 67 years had already passed, that they couldn't serve the warrant.
They said they couldn't serve it?
Mm-hmm. So she just been chilling. She old as shit, but anyways, she has been chilling.
She so do what she want to do.
This is my question, because I thought, now I might be wrong. Obviously I am wrong. I thought that the whole situation that she admitted about that being a lie within the last 10 years or so.
That she did. No, she a liar.
No, but I thought she only admitted to that being, false within the last 10 years. I didn't think that back then they had an arrest warrant. So they knew back then she was lying and still lynched the baby.
But I'm saying that's the game. See the game that they play, but you see how they came at the bill and arrested him.
Wow.
They ain't gonna do nothing. I'm telling you the honest God.
You know what though? I'm gonna be honest with you and be ignorant before we get off of here. If that was my brother, cousin, something like that, that lady probably wouldn't have been walking around this long anyways.
Oh, you take her out?
I would have found a way. I probably would have. It might not have been me, wink, wink, but she wouldn't have been able to just, like, I'm trying to figure out how Emmett ain't had an ignorant sister or something, an auntie, somebody. Like, come on now. And then y'all knew where this lady lived this whole time? Nah.
She got the complexion for the connection.
Ain't nobody sitting outside that woman's house for no 67 years. Shoot, the people that was protecting her ass back then, they eating worms now. So my thing of it is, why ain't nobody go to this lady's house by now?
Shit, shit. You see, I give an example. You see how them black cops in Memphis, they ain't got nobody got them a bag to help with their case. They know their ass is fried.
Oh yeah, they fried like
That's the difference. You see, they go to drop some charges. I want to see the brave DA that who will even try to put some charges on him. I want to see what brave DA gonna go for that.
They need Crump. Yeah, let's get Crump on the case.
I want to see. Shit, gotta sell out.
Let's get Crump on the case. Y'all get Crump on the line. We gotta.
Crump knows what she had. You know what Crump gonna say?
It's out of my. It's out of my.
Yeah, he gonna say that's
it's above me now.
Yeah, it's above his pay grade. The way Flint did pay Crump.
Baby, we was watching news right before I came, and my daddy so ignorant. He like, look at Crump with the Gucci scarf.
You see what I'm saying?
I said, shoot, he done got some of that water juice on him. That water swag.
Yeah, Crump got paid.
Oh my God. Any more questions in the chat, you guys, before we go ahead and walk out this joint?
Before we walk out the joint.
Mm-hmm.
Not really. They just was saying, oh, for sure, Hollywood will say, fuck them kids.
And look, I be having to have my time. That's like me taking my little 6-7-year-old into the cigar lounge with me or something. Like, that's how people be on. Like, well, I guess we could go in there for a couple hours. Like, why are you taking your kids to restaurants where people getting drunk and all that stuff at anyway? Like, certain restaurants shouldn't even have kids in there to begin with, but you know.
Yeah, you know, I agree with that because I think Vegas wasn't the spot, but I seen.
I'm not taking my kids to no damn Vegas.
And it was like when I was there, I was like, damn. But
a lot of people do.
Yeah.
I guess Vegas is a trip for me and somebody else grown, not no kids.
I ain't think it was for kids neither.
But I mean, if you ain't got no babysitter, you gotta do what you gotta do. But who gonna watch them while you at the casino with them free drinks? I know about them free drinks.
For sure.
Sure.
I was busy hitting what was that? Hot damn it, what was that?
I'm planning on going there probably next month. Next month after I get done fooling around with this birthday party for my son. But yeah, I'm thinking. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to Club Rich. I appreciate y'all Q and A's. I might let y'all do it again next week. And please stop asking me about that rose, because they ain't the first person that asked either. Because I ain't answering no more rose questions next week. Don't ask. Tony.